Well, get your popcorns ready as cinephiles are in for a treat. Over 60 award-winning and classic films are featured in this year's QCinema International Film Festival. Now, among them is The Last Shadow at First Light, making its Philippine premiere today. Now, joining us to talk about the film, we have Fire and Ice Media's Liza Diño-Seguerra and Isais and Grace Isais of Happy Infinite Productions. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, class starts now.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, of course, of course.
Well, it feels good to have this Christmas feels now.
It does, and it feels good because you have something exciting to share with everybody today. Now, the last shadow at first light is going to be a part of the Asian Next Wave competition. Tell us a little bit about the Asian Next Wave competition first.
Okay.
What is that?
So Asian Next Wave is a platform for new voices. So it's actually a new directors section of the QCinema International Film Festival where Asian films, the mga feature debut films of directors are showcased to compete.
Okay.
So our film, Last Shadow at First Light, is a five-country co-production with Philippines, Singapore, Japan, Slovenia, and Indonesia as part of the team. So we're very excited kasi parang may dalawang films tayo nagko-compete ngayon. One is Gitling with Jopi Arnaldo representing Philippines, and this one because there's a Philippine counterpart in the film.
And how many featured films are part of this competition, yung Asian Next Wave?
Napakarami.
8 or so?
Parang
It
ganon,
says about
5 to 6. Yeah.
Okay, so Grace, tell me about the film.
Okay.
You are also a co-producer. You're joining this lively bunch of producers.
I'm happy. I'm happy to
Yeah, you're happy, definitely
You're
happy.
the ones who found me, and I'm very grateful that you found me and you let me join this opportunity to go global, because it's our first year as a new player in the industry, as a new productions company. So we're very excited that one of our first projects is a big one. It's going places, you know.
Yeah.
It's showed in the San Sebastian Film Festival. It went to Australia, Hungary, right?
Yeah.
And China.
Hamburg.
Oh, Hamburg.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And now in our own country, in the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
It's gonna have its premiere later.
Later,
right?
yeah.
Later. So,
Later.
Ice, tell me, it took about 7 years for this movie to
Yes.
come to be.
Well, if I remember it correctly, si Nicole, the director and the writer of this film, it's a very personal film to her. And normally naman talaga, when an idea starts, hindi naman siya agad isushoot eh. Diba? The idea has to be developed. Diba? Ang dami pinagdadaanan yan. I think it's only in the Philippines that ang bilis nating maka-churn out ng script and then shoot agad.
Yes.
Pero this one talaga, trinabaho. Pinag-isipan, dinevelop. It really went through, yun, that's why Liza found out about this. It's because of a lab.
Yeah.
Diba? Full Circle Lab, right?
Actually, they applied for the fund. So in 2020, during the pandemic, we launched this national incentive that brings together all of these Southeast Asian filmmakers to collaborate with the Philippines. And they were one of the projects who applied for the funds. So when I discovered them, followed the project, Jeremy Chua, who is one of the producers, is a prolific producer. So post-FDCP, I was reintroduced to it through Allenberg Ang, and then ayun na, we got on
But what
board.
was it about this film that attracted you and said, we want to be part of this, we want to produce this, we want to, highlight this?
Because I feel like this is a story na we all can really relate to, because it's a child's journey para mahanap niya yung nanay niya na akala niya na wala.
Dahil sa tsunami.
Dahil sa tsunami. So imagine, diba? Imagine, akala niya all the while her mom's dead, but finally she finds out, no, she's not. So it's like her journey. And syempre, of course, the trials that she's...
Yes.
And the challenges, diba? Na pagdadaanan niya to be able to find her mom and finally reconnect with her. So it's a story that we can all relate to.
Exactly.
And we've been through a lot of tragedy, so it's a lot of things, as sabi nyo, that we can actually, pull out from our own experiences and be able to relate. Grace, how was it like working with all the other producers? I mean, because it's not just kayong dalawa. I mean, sabi nyo, may 5, 5 kayo, di ba?
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Miss Liza and Sir Ice for letting us join this journey. And it was nice to work with all the international producers because there are different visions, but at the end of the day, you meet and you make everything work, and that's what made this film.
Did you have specific,
great heights.
roles to play, or?
So the Philippine part is in charge of the raising the post-production funds. This is a 40 million project.
Wow.
So hindi siya madaling to put together. Though the Slovenia part, our composer, our musical scorer is from there. Of course, Singapore really took charge of as delegate
It was also
producers.
filmed in Singapore.
In Japan.
In Japan. Okay.
Yeah. So and our Japan counterpart did all the planning for the production itself. So it takes a village to make a film, and ito yon. It's really representative of how collaboration works now in the region when you need to raise funds and go beyond the Philippines because our budgets are limited here, but you still want to make that beautiful project.
I love hearing you speak because you're so passionate. I mean, you really love what you do.
She loves it.
She loves it,
Ate,
no?
she loves it. Like, saying she loves it is an understatement.
She loves it more than you?
Or I'm close.
You're close. You're close. Okay.
Siya talaga sa nitty-gritty.
Yan.
Like, when you
Siyempre.
naman listen to Ice with a vision, like how to actually do it. Ako kasi the big picture person eh. Siya yung nitty-gritty. Ito naman, ando sa aspirational.
Yan.
Wow, we wanna go global. Game Ate Liza. Yung ganon.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of global, because I know that you have other films that you will be sharing and, showcasing to
Grabe
the
yung mga
world.
sinusuportahan nila.
But for now, what can we Filipinos expect from the film and of course from QCinema, which is from November 17, as you said, until the 26th?
Well, you're really in for a treat because what QCinema did in terms of its curation, thank you to Sir Ed Lejano, he kind of like got the best of the world's films in the A-list film festivals and then brought it to QCinema. So imagine for 10 days you're going to binge watch all of these 60 films. And really,
Wait, 60?
Yes.
60 films.
60 films in Gateway Cinemas, Robinson's Magnolia, UP Town Center, and then we also have Power Plant and Shangri-La.
Wait, will we be able to finish 60 films from November 17?
Alam mo, some people,
Parang may race nga yan eh. May mga nag-check.
the cinephiles talaga. Like, sometimes parang siyang competition who finishes the most films.
Oh, galing.
But to address
Yes.
Last Shadow at First Light, please catch it because it's also a film about mental health. It's a story about grief and what we go through on a very personal level. In terms of coming to terms with the loss and finding people along the way that can help us heal and maybe through them or maybe on our own. So when we watched it, for some reason, parang it gives you that parang cathartic feeling na, wow, parang, and ang quiet niya kasi Japanese
Yes. Ibang
So,
klase
very
din yan.
zen, pero, and this is the first time Mariel's gonna, well, you've seen the preview already.
I've
Pero
seen the
yung to see
preview.
it on the big screen.
different.
To have it premiered here in the Philippines.
Yes.
Well, okay, we are excited. Okay, you've got our juices going. Now we're like all hyped up, ready to check it out. Thank you so much. So we can just check out the website to find out which cinema it will be.
Maybe we can share na kung saan.
Well, actually, we have two later. We have at 1 p.m. in Gateway and 5:30 p.m. At Robinson's Magnolia.
And tomorrow at Power Plant at 7:30.
Okay, there you go. Get your fix your calendars and make sure you give some time to be able to watch these films, and of course all the 59 others that's out there. Thank you so much, Liza, Isais, and Grace. Thank you for joining us this
you.
morning, and come back again and share your next film with us.
Definitely.
Oh, would love to.
All right.